Alright, so as I'm packing up, I'm going to talk about some junk. Just try to position this spot that maybe he's looking up my shorts. So, lots happened, and like a lot of the popular FPV YouTube guys that don't post shit anymore. So, I understand for a lot of people, even the ones that are, quote, pro, a fad's a fad, and a lot of this can be a fad to them, and they just, they get burnt out, they get sick of it, they do other things, and that's fine, but there's a core of us that really, I think, have the passion, and that passion comes out in the fact that they, or we, or I, can fly on a consistent, everyday basis, regardless. I'm not going to name any names or call people out or anything, but I think flying every day is very important if you want to get to the next level in this hobby, whatever that is that you're trying to achieve. Whether it's winning a race or winning a freestyle competition or just achieving a skill level in your own personal flying abilities, you got to put in the time. So enough about that. A couple things I want to talk about is the RunCam Swift Mini I put on my Theory X, my 5-inch quad, because it has a real narrow camera mounting area. So by putting it there, it actually fit perfectly with a little bit of room to spare even, which was shocking. And I love it. I have such better visibility. Even though the CMOS camera that comes with the Theory XL stock is a nice camera, and it's 900 TVL, I think, is it 900 TVL? It's something ridiculously high. And this one's only like 700. Call me crazy, but it's the difference in the wide dynamic range, and the probably the sensor and the chip itself, and a few other factors. But the Swift Mini is just on another level. I love it. I think I'm going to put that on all my mini quads. So I'm going to have to get another one to put, because this was going to go on the new quad that I'm building. I actually have all the parts finally, and we're going to put it together this week finally. I'm really, really excited. And not only that, but I got online last night, and I was able to completely load Race Flight 1 on my computer with all the drivers and everything, the bullshit that I needed. And I was able to not only just flash my board, but then load it into Race Flight 1 and pick like what's it's really cool. Pick what video transmitter, radio, and something else that I'm going to use, and the VTX, radio transmitter, and receiver. That's it. And so it presets up for everything's like, it's really great. Wizard, I guess I'd call it. And that quad is going to be my first race flight experience. And I am hooking it up. I'm doing it on this Theory XL frame that the camera's mounted on right now. And I'm going to use a Race Flight 4-in-1 30 amp or whatever, all-in-one ESC called the Bolt from Race Flight. Thing looks really high tech. I was just staring at the board and looking at all the way they did it, and it's very clean and impressive. So the Bolt is going on the Schizo flight controller, and supposedly you can pin it. They also come with some capacitors with the Bolt. So I think this thing's just going to be dialed in like unlike any quad I've ever flown or probably will fly. It's going to be my baby, so I'm going to take good care of it. I'm still going to fly a Theory XL all the time. I'm just going to fly the Bolt. But I'm going to try really hard not to crash it. That's going to be my high-end quad. And then I'm doing a third build on a Blade Theory X frame, the 195, where I'm doing a smaller frame than a 220, or 200. Not much though. It's like, 5 or 10 millimeter. But there's a deal with Emax right now where you can get 4 of their, I want to call them, are they 22 or 2306? So they're 2600 kV motors, the red bottom, famous ones. And you also get 4 30 amp BL Heli S Emax ESCs, all for $100. And I gotta say, the motors and the ESCs, the high amperage, and the BL Heli S, that's a deal. So I'm gonna get that and slap them on the third frame. So I'm gonna have 3 racing quads or freestyle quads, so I don't race. And I'll be comfortable because, when you go out or someone, you fly all the time, you pretty much, what I found, you need 3 quads. Because if you crash one, you need a backup, and sometimes your backup gets fucked up too, and there's nothing worse than not being able to fly. So if you got 3, you're in. You should still have all backup parts and everything, but I think that works pretty nice. So, guys, you can see that. What else is going on? Completely lost my torrent. Just doing risky flying with it, diving buildings at night, and yeah, my video went completely black. And there's like people who came out of this building late at night, like all of a sudden a big gaggle of them, which didn't help situations. So instead of letting it crash, I just cranked up the throttle and hit a direction that I thought was back to me, but it was to the side, so it went into the nether regions of the world. And then when it finally did come down, of course, just like the torrent noise does, battery ejected, so I couldn't get a RSSI signal or a video signal. And we looked around for that night for it, but it's gone. So it's gone, and I'm not replacing it. That's 110 millimeter. I don't want to say hunk of junk, but nightmare. That quad is just too tiny, too fragile, and too many issues. Unlike the Mini Vortex, which I own, which is just needing a part right now, it's just not. I'm getting that one back up in the air because that's my favorite mini. If I'm going to have any kind of mini quad, because I'm way into the 5-inch now, I don't want anything smaller now, except for my tiny whoop when I'm training or can't fly at all. And yeah, so that'll be my one mini quad. I'll have my 150 Vortex I already have. So I need what they call a synergy. I'm pretty sure that's the part that's gone. And a cable set for this funky pigtail that they use for the video transmitter in the Vortex 150. That's $5. The synergy is normally like 60, but it's on sale right now for I think 49, so it's not bad. $50, and basically my quad's back up in the air, brand new parts, brand new guts. And then I can just need to focus on finding some good motors. But the problem is right now, PV is selling these X-Nova 1407 motors that have gotten terrible reviews, at least from what I've read. And they want like $80 for these fucking motors, which to me is like, dude, I'm not paying $20 a motor. I pay $20 a motor for almost, or I can, for, the big motors with huge stators. Why would I be paying $20 for a little tiny motor with tiny magnets and tiny stators? Less materials, less product, should be a cheaper price. But no, that's where they make their money, see? They charge the same amount for the tiny motor that costs half as much as they do for the bigger motor. And idiots like us that fall into the hype from these people running these YouTube channels that are micro, fuck micros. I'm all about the big quads now. If I want a micro, It's got to be a buck nasty one like the Vortex. It's got a full-size camera and everything else that you could possibly want on it. So yeah, I'm going to put a telemetry receiver in it too, so at least I get RSSI that I need. So I think that's about it. I'm building this sick quad with the schizo board and PDB. I already got everything. I got the motors, the all-in-one ESC, a telemetry receiver, a FPV camera, and a Unify Pro TBS VTX. It's just going to be sick. So I can blast my 800 milliwatts and fly that thing anywhere I want, any direction, still get video signal. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching PuppetMasterFPV. Sorry for my strong language. I'm just a little spicy today. I love you guys. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe.